Okay, infinitives. So what are infinitives? Well, let's start with what they're not. Infinitives are not verbs. An infinitive is not a verb. It looks like, what does it look like? It looks like to plus the base form of the verb. For example, to swim, to win, to buy, to relax. So all of those are infinitives, but they are not verbs. They look like verbs, but they're not. So what are they? They act as either nouns, adjectives, or adverbs in the sentence. Let's look at the first example. So, they like to swim. Now the verb in this sentence is like. To swim acts as a noun. I know it looks like a verb, to swim, but it doesn't act that way in this sentence. It acts as a noun, the act of swimming. So they like the act of swimming, the thing that is swimming. That's what they like. And so it's a noun, and it acts as the object of the verb like. Okay, and the next one. To win is the goal of the game. Okay, so here we go again. To win is acting like a noun, and it's acting as the subject of the sentence. To win is the goal of the game. So the complement is the goal, and that talks about the subject, which is to win. So to win, the infinitive is a noun in this sentence. Okay. I went to the mall to buy a hat. So in this sentence, the verb is went. To the mall is not infinitive. That's a prepositional phrase. To buy is the infinitive. And it's acting as an adverb talking about the verb went. So to be here is acting as an adverb. I went to the mall to buy a hat. We will go to the beach to relax. So in this sentence, will go is the verb, to the beach is a prepositional phrase, and to relax is the infinitive. Now, to relax here is acting as an adverb once again, talking about go. Go to relax. So this is talking about go. So all of these, to swim, to win, to buy, to relax, look like verbs, but they're not. They're infinitives acting as either a noun or an adjective or an adverb in the sentence. Now let's look at some common examples of mistakes that people use when writing or speaking with infinitives. All of these sentences are wrong. They each have a mistake in them, and the mistake has to do with infinitives. So, let's look and see if we can find the mistakes. She likes to swims. Okay. Now here, we see that because it's the third person singular, he, she, it, likes, like takes an S and becomes likes. Okay, that's good. But to swims, with infinitives, it's always to plus the base form of the verb. What's the base form of the verb? Well, I like to think about it as the base form of the verb is the form that you'd look up in a dictionary. So if you want to look up eat, you'd look up eat. You wouldn't look up eaten or ate. So that's the base form of the verb. So we never adjust the base form of the verb when we're using infinitives. We only ever use the base form of the verb. We don't use the past tense, the past participle, the present participle. We don't add S's. It's just the base form of the verb. So She likes to swims. Swims. This S is incorrect. To swim is correct. Okay. To winning is the goal of the game. Now this is a common mistake that I see all the time. People like to combine the infinitive form with the present participle form, the ing form, and they like to put them together. They like to say, for example, she likes to swimming, or to winning is the goal of the game, or we went to the mall to buying. They like to add this to plus the ing form of the verb to create infinitives, but you cannot do that. You have to, now you can use, almost all the time, much of the time, you can use an ing form of the verb instead of the to plus base form, the infinitive form, but you can't use the to and the ing. So, to win is correct. To win, not to winning. To win is the goal of the game. I went to the mall to bought a hat. Okay, so often people, learners of English, will say, but this is the past. Went. So went and bought. Went and bought. That's the past. But remember, with infinitives, we never change the form away from to plus the base form of the verb. So, to bought is not correct. To buy. Okay. Oh, I did make this incorrect. Let me see. Let me show you. Okay. We will to go to the beach to relax. Now I see this a lot. I see a lot of to in front of the main verb in the sentence. This one, will go, is the main verb. This one is a verb. If you put a to in front of it, it becomes an infinitive and is no longer a verb. So in that case, we don't have any verb in this sentence. We will to go to the beach to relax. There's no verb in there. We see here, will go is the verb. So this to is not doing anything in there. All the to is doing is making the sentence confusing. Will go, not will to go. Let's break down these sentences a little bit more. This part is going to be a bit more tricky. We're going to look at the sentences in detail and break them down. The first one's pretty simple. She likes to swim. Okay? She is the subject. Likes takes the S because the she, he, it rule. To swim is an infinitive and it acts as a noun, as the object of likes. Likes is a transitive verb. It takes an object, and so the object is to swim. Next, to win is the goal of the game. So, to win is an infinitive. It's acting like a noun, and it's acting like the subject of the sentence. Is the verb. It's a linking verb. The goal is the complement of the linking verb. The goal talks about the subject, to win. Of the game is a prepositional phrase. Of the game talks about the goal. Of the game describes the goal. The goal is a noun. Of the game is a prepositional phrase that is acting like an adjective, because adjectives talk about nouns. So of the goal is acting like one chunk, like one piece of the puzzle. and it's talking about the goal. And therefore, it's acting like an adjective. Okay. I went to the mall to buy a hat. Okay, so I is the subject of the sentence. Went is the verb of the sentence. Now, went is an intransitive verb. It doesn't take an object. It doesn't do action directly to something. So, to the mall is a prepositional phrase, here, just like this, that talks about went. So it's a prepositional phrase that's acting as an adverb. Adverbs talk about verbs. So it's an adverbial preposition phrase. To buy a hat. To buy a hat is a infinitive phrase. To buy a hat. This acts like one piece of the puzzle. And it talks about went. So this infinitive phrase talks about went, and things that talk about verbs are adverbs. So it's acting like an adverb, an adverbial phrase. We will go to the beach to relax in the sun. All right. We is the subject. Will go is the verb. Now, go is an intransitive verb, which means it doesn't take an object. It doesn't transfer the action. So, to the beach is a prepositional phrase that talks about the verb go. So it's a prepositional phrase that's acting like an adverb. To relax. To relax there is an infinitive. To relax is an infinitive, and it's talking about the verb go. So it's an infinitive acting like an adverb. And then in the sun. In the sun. In the sun is a prepositional phrase. But what is in the sun talking about? This piece of the puzzle, this chunk here, in the sun, what is it talking about? Is it talking about go? Let's see. We will go in the sun? No, that would mean something different. That would mean that they're going and the sun is beating down on them while they're going. So they're going in the sun. I don't think this is not talking about go. This, in the sun, is talking about the infinitive to relax. I see. They're going to be relaxing. Relaxing in the sun. So in the sun talks about to relax. So it is an adverb. Remember, adverbs talk about verbs, other adverbs, and adjectives. So it's talking about to relax, which is acting as an adverb, talking about go. So in the sun is a prepositional phrase that's acting as an adverb, talking about to relax. Okay, that gets a little tricky at the end, but hopefully this has been useful for you. Now, I am planning on making a lot more videos where we really get into phrases, clauses, parts of speech, kind of tricky stuff. But I'm always going to start out with some easier stuff and kind of work my way towards the more difficult stuff and see for those who can keep up with that. If you liked this video, click the like button. Leave any questions or comments in the comment section below. Subscribe to this channel if you have not already, please. and share this video. Share this video with anyone who you think it would be helpful to. All right? And thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.